Scott, we are going to make the most amazing dessert today. A banana honeycomb whiskey mess. You know, it is going to be like no mess you have ever seen.
I've seen some messes in my time.
I can imagine that. I can imagine that.
Do you know I love eating mess and I love a little rusty twist on it too. Let's go.
We're going to make the honeycomb first. A bit of sugar, the water, and just empty that honey into that saucepan. We're going to use a sugar thermometer. We're going to heat it to 132 degrees Celsius.
You've got to be pretty precise when it comes to this sort of stuff, right?
It's going to give us the perfect honeycomb. While you're cooking that, I'm going to get these beautiful bananas on to caramelise in this sauce that we're making to go into the mess. I've got some Carnarvon bananas. We're going to melt some butter.
I'm just checking the temperature here, Russ. It's getting pretty high pretty quick.
We've got about 15 minutes to go, mate.
All right, okay, all right. Gee,
maybe 10.
I just didn't want to get it wrong, that's fine.
This is so simple for the bananas. I want to give them some flavour. I want to give them a bit of brown sugar. We're just going to melt that brown sugar in with the butter. Bit of the good gear, mate. Lime Burners whiskey.
Do you know these guys have won Best Craft Distiller on the planet?
So I'm using the best whiskey in the world in my dessert.
Well, let's hope some of it makes its way into the sauce this time, Russ.
Now we're going to get these beautiful desert sweet bananas.
And these are Carnarvon bananas. They actually are the sweetest bananas on the planet, aren't
Mate, you have it. They are not the biggest bananas in Australia, but that's another thing. It's not growing in the tropics. It's actually growing in a cooler climate.
Yeah.
They don't grow so big, but they have such intensity of flavour. You can see now with these bananas, the sauce is starting to thicken.
Yeah, look at that.
That whiskey flavour's going through.
I can smell it.
They've just started to soften, off the heat, and let's leave them to make our mess with.
That looks good.
Let's bring this over, mate.
Righto.
When it starts to go a light golden brown, that's when we'll pop the thermometer in there and we'll see the temperature it's becoming. By taking this to 132 degrees, we're going to give it get a nice light caramel, which will set when we put the baking soda in there.
And so the baking soda turns it from a lovely little caramel, turns it into honeycomb.
Honeycomb, because it aerates it. The process, and you'll see it in a second.
We're there. No, we're not.
That's 100.
120, 120,
120, mate.
121. Come on, chef.
It's good, it's getting close. Let me do that, I'll take that now.
130, 133, you there?
We take it off the heat, and we're just going to let those bubbles dissipate a little bit.
Russ, look at that colour change.
Yeah, it's got a beautiful kind of tawny, light brown colour.
Smell that.
So the bubbles have just started to settle. Sifted bicarb, just over the top. Light combination.
Oh, wow, look at that change. Oh, look at it all cream up. Wow, and you've got to be super quick at this point because that really changes the whole texture and dynamic of that dish, doesn't it?
Now, that's made. Don't shake it around.
Don't shake it, right.
And we're going to let that set and cool at room temperature. OK, Scotty, let's finish it off.
OK.
I've got the honeycomb. We've got to break it up just with a knife on the board, some whipped cream into our dish. Then we're going to scoop a few... Hey!
All right, just a tad, just a bit.
You don't need that.
I'm just checking.
A little bit of ice cream. Now, some of those beautiful caramelised bananas with the Lime Burners. Let's bring the dishes up.
1 minute.
Give it a stir. That's enough stirring, no more, OK?
Just folding it through.
Into the dishes.
Gloop.
Now, we've got to finish it with a good bit of honeycomb first.
Yep, honeycomb first.
And then...
Righto, Russ.
A blodge of the sauce. Actually, you can go sauce first if you want.
OK, straight on. And then I reckon one big bit of honeycomb and a couple of little bits.
Onto our little serving marble. And here we have the banana, honeycomb and Lime Burners whiskey mess that will make a mess of you.
Makes my job of matching booze with the food nice and easy. There's already whiskey in this dish, so of course I'm going to match it with a glass of that whiskey. I learned a heap down at Lime Burners when we checked out their distilling process, and something that really caught my attention was the process of peat. Now, peat is the way that distillers and whiskey makers get flavour and geographical significance into their drink. So what happens is the malted barley, which is the starting process of that whiskey. There's a little bit of peat burning underneath it, and all of those flavours come up and infuse that malted barley. The peat is just made from compressed organic matter that's grown over thousands of years sometimes, and it's just been slowly decompressing away. They're releasing all of those botanicals. It's infusing that malted barley, and through the distilling process, it ends up in the bottle here. Now, because it's from Australia, all of that organic matter is banksia and wattle seed, and you know what? I reckon you can smell it in here. It's got a lovely, gentle kind of peatiness, but it's an Australian peatiness. The honey that we use is banksia honey as well, so if I don't say so myself, I think that's quite a clever match.